This episode of Reppin' the State Line podcast with John, George, and Josh is sponsored by The Mortgage Dad. Working with George's team gives you access to an unmatched menu of mortgage programs and over 100 years of combined mortgage experience. Skip the stress, love your mortgage experience, and get home with George. Visit www.homewithgeorge.com. NMLS ID 443967.
Hello, State Liners.
What's up, y'all?
Good morning, Rockford, baby.
All right, we are back in our normal format this week, with John in his usual outdoor studio, me in my home office, and Josh in his new office. Look at that, up and running.
Yeah. Stepping up in the world, man. Slowly but surely getting everything up and running. When you go from a company that kind of provides a lot of stuff to being like a sole proprietor almost, you kind of lose out on some perks. So, yeah, me and the wife went out last night and we bought new computers. We got desks. We bought a desk for the house, monitors and screens, and I mean, you name it. We've kind of started revamping our whole way of doing things. Obviously, because I'll probably be working from home part of the time as well here in the new office. So that's kind of cool. So we just got to get some stuff set up and go from there. So I'm sure here in the next week you'll see the home office edition of my background.
Well, one
Nice.
word of advice. I am not a CPA, nor do I play one on TV, but keep your receipts because a lot of home office expenses are tax deductible.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of
Absolutely.
expenses for your working from your home. So things like your electric, your gas, your water bill, like stuff like that is not 100%, but if your home office is 1/6 the size of your home, 1/6 of each of those bills is write off as well. So just something my accountant taught me when I first started working from home. And you know, guys, my company, we are 100% virtual. So I've been doing this forever. I've actually been looking at computers now. Want to upgrade the home office, and I'm thinking about the iMac 24 to be at home.
Is that the all-in-one like screen or the
It's
motor?
the all-in-one screen with the magic keyboard, the magic touchpad, and the no wires.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Is that the one that's the color one?
It comes in
That
colors,
comes in
but I
colors?
would do just silver. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, come on.
why would
Come
I do a
on.
color?
Because you need some color in your life,
We
JB.
discussed doing something like that, but right now, as you know, when you go to sole proprietor, things are kind of tight. So we went a different route. We went the Chromebook route. So we did some pretty significant research on Chromebooks and what we thought, and I ended up with the Asus Chromebook. And it was rated like number 4 on the top 10 list of Chromebooks, and we got it on sale at a good price. So we were pretty excited about it. Helps out our family because then my wife can use it. Obviously, she likes to do her cricket things, right? So she can go
Yeah, right.
go and do her cricket.
My daughter's into that whole cricketing thing. She got like a little
kinda
cricket
cool.
machine. Yeah,
John, if you ever want some like
custom.
mug or like a Yeti, you can just buy a blank Yeti, and Kelsey could like customize like a wrap for it for you, and she can get it wrapped and a whole bunch of stuff. So she enjoys
Okay.
it on the
So
side.
So I get a Yeti instead of using the Yeti I got from like Heartland Realtors. Get a Yeti, and you guys can put my logo on there,
We can, yeah,
You got it.
100%.
and then I could just drive around with that, and everybody be like, "What are you doing? Where do I get
Right.
one of those?"
Yeah, it's not. I mean, she's not like mass producing things, but like
Right? I'm not going to give you 100 of them and say I need 100 of these right away.
right. But
Cups
once
by Kelsey.
the cool thing though, John, though, is like once she gets the first one done, right, and it's to how you like it, and it's already saved, so she could just print like 50 of them or 100 of them, right, and then you just stick them on. So yeah, she's obviously not mass producing things, but she does little odd jobs. It's funny, like when the kids have like specific, like really specific things at school for
Yep.
for dress up days, she'll like cricket a shirt real quick and
Right.
get it done, stuff like that.
Well,
But
that's cool stuff.
but yeah, let me
So
know
how-
about that Mac because we were talking about it. That'll probably be obviously a couple years now, but we were talking about wanting something along those lines and getting the all-in-one screen.
I priced it out on Apple's website with the 512 gigabyte internal, well, no, 16 gigabyte internal hard drive, 1 terabyte of storage, because I like to have things that don't fill up quick. And the keyboard with the trackpad and the mouse that comes with it. And then I added on an iPad Pro with the 12.9-inch screen with that keyboard case that comes with it. And the two of them together would be $4,700.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, But they talk to each other. So my iPhone, that's why I use a MacBook Air right now, but I'm learning with the MacBook Air, I want more storage. I want to just be able to use more of a iPad when I'm out, which now with their new operating system works almost like a Mac. And then,
Yep.
And both of them have the M1 chip, which George, you have a MacBook with an M1 chip in it, and that thing's just
I have
phenomenal.
I have the MacBook, whatever the newest,
The MacBook Pro.
the Pro with I don't even know what it's called. It's like M1 Max Pro Ultra. I don't know, but yes, I would recommend looking into if I were. So like with Apple, they give you the option of all-in-one like you're looking at, or you could piecemeal it and get your own monitor, your own setup how you want, and then you just get what's called
Hub.
the little
It's a mini. They call it a mini Mac.
Mini,
It's
yep.
the
Mac
mini
Mini.
Mac or Mac Mini. It's
Yep.
the whole CPU, but then you just plug it into your monitor. So you could have 10 different monitors you want, curved screens,
Yep,
all that
that's what I
craziness.
have.
Yeah.
So I have a Mac Mini, and then I created my own, and it's cheaper that route, to be honest.
How much is
Because Mac Mini is like $699, and it basically is a computer in a box, and it's got the M1, M2 chip now, and you can. That's why I have like this dual monitor setup with the curved monitor plus the side monitor. I don't have to be conformed to the 24-inch screen that comes built in.
Which works great for you doing mortgages. For me, I've got, a 24-inch screen. I separate it onto two 12s, or I use the iPad as the secondary screen. I have the listing there, the contract on the other one. I'm able to move information. So
Yeah.
I'm just looking for something a little more streamlined, and I want to have something that's permanently in place. That's why I've
I
been
hear you.
looking, because right now the stand that I'm talking to you guys on, I move the stand around with me all day long. I take this computer all day long. I want a little bit lighter option to carry around and something bigger to work with at home. So that's why I'm
You got
looking.
it.
I feel you on that. I feel you. That's what
And
I'm gonna do.
And it's
I have-
time.
Our Mason, before we kind of upgraded his TV, we had one of those like smaller, like 32-inch like TV monitor type things
Mhm.
that we use for him. Obviously when he's little, there's nothing you didn't need much. So I think I'm gonna use that on the the new desk. We use that screen plus the laptop that kind of the dual screens and
Right.
yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited for it. So
Home
But-
offices are great.
Yeah, I
I
love that
wonder-
bird in the background. It's chirping away.
my question though is what did you guys do this past week? I mean, we've hardly talked in the last
It's been a busy week. I got my listing Crystal Lake under contract. I did a boat tour on the chain of lakes with the Women's Council of Realtors, McHenry County and Elgin area. Went to Wollersheim's last week up in the Madison area, just outside of Madison, which is a 50-year-old winery and distillery. That's an hour and 20 minutes from the house.
Very nice.
So the story of the place is the family bought the land in 1972 and they opened up in 1973. That's when they produced their first wine in 1973. The daughter, there was a young man from France came over to work on their vines, and he fell in love with the owner's daughter. and he stayed. And he is the wine producer now on the property. Well, his brother did the same exact career and runs a winery and vineyard in France. So they have some bottles from his French vineyard there as well. And I will tell you this, what is it called? A Beaudelis. Beaudelis is the name of the wine. It's from the Beaudelis region of France. Unbelievable wine. Me and my wife, we had to pick up a couple of bottles. Just it's a red. It's just beautiful. Did not get to do the distillery tour. That'll be the next trip because when you're driving that far away, you sit and do 6 wines, and then you split a bottle and have some food and all like that, and then you go do 6 shots of whiskey. No, I can't do that. So it's you gotta pick and choose when you do that. Next time it'll be a bed and breakfast or something or a hotel, and then do the distillery tour. But that's what we did.
It's funny you say you love wine.
Yes.
And I'm going to Kansas City, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. But my buddy, who I'm going to see, says there is a town outside of Kansas City that is like Napa Valley of the Midwest.
This I don't know.
Fallujah?
No, you're there. We heard you. You just didn't move.
Oh, yeah, it was. It's like the Napa Valley of like the Midwest. I'm gonna get the name of it. He said that when you go, you have to book the Airbnb. So it's like a Swiss colony looking town, like 6 months, almost to a year in advance before going because it's so popular.
Interesting. Never
I
heard
would
of it.
I would definitely love information on something like that. I do know. Well, that's it. And I mean, it's hard in the Midwest because there's only specific types of grapes that grow and do well in the Midwest. So a lot of the Napa Valley wines, the ones you get in Napa, Sonoma, or even in Washington State, their climate is so different than ours. And we need something that's hardy, but can, deal with the cold winters that won't kill the vines over the winter. But better wine is made by grapes that are stressed. So you want like drought, you want, you want heavy rains one year and drought another year. And that's why every year's vintage of wine takes on a different flavor from the earth. So, I mean, it's just great stuff. I really love it. So if you get me information on that, I would love to know more about that place.
Yeah, I just texted him, so I'm sure during our podcast, I'll let you know. But yeah, he said they booked this back in November to go. And they try to go at least once a year, but it's funny, they booked it and now they found out his wife's pregnant. So she can't she can't enjoy this winery trip as much as she wants.
You can have a glass of wine, a nice glass of red wine is okay. Like one, you can't like partake in like the full adventure.
So yeah, I will once I get it back, I will do that. But George, would you do this? I know your guests have left.
Milwaukee. We went. Yeah, I've been really trying to hit it at work again and get things back up to speed. But we went to Milwaukee for the weekend. Went on Friday. We didn't do the zoo. No, we skipped the zoo, and I'll tell you why. Because of the heat. It was like 90 some degrees. And we decided that we wanted to go something that would provide some kind of a relief. And we went to the Wisconsin State Fair in Milwaukee that weekend. Never been to a state fair in my life. This was the first experience, and holy cow. I was not prepared for something so massive. It was huge. They had like a million rides. My kids got like the wristband. They rode everything they wanted. It was a blast.
Did they have like some like fancy food? Like sometimes they do like deep fried Twinkies.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I had the deep fried Oreos. I had my extra long hot corn dog. That's like a foot long corn dog. We had a blast. We also did the Friday night when we went out there. We got to hit my favorite burger place probably everywhere. It's called Sobelman's. It's in Milwaukee. It's a locally owned. It's not a chain. They have a couple locations now. The closest being on St. Paul, right near downtown Milwaukee. It's right past Miller Park down 94. You exit St. Paul, and it's a bar, but they have the best burgers I think that exist. I don't know if it's the bun or the way they do it or the toppings, but it is unbelievable. It's my favorite by far. And first time I've had it since before COVID. So we were super excited to go there. They are known, Solomons are also known for their margaritas. Or not margaritas, they're Bloody Marys. If you ever get a chance, just Google Bloody Mary Sobelman's. You'll be stunned at how, like, they have a full burger on top. They have sausages on top. It's like a full meal just in the drink. And we did also Saturday night. We went to Julio's, Uncle Julio's, and it's a chain Mexican restaurant. But what I like about that place is what's unique about them is they have at the end a piñata dessert. So they literally bring you this huge tray with a dangling chocolate ball that's hollow, and then the inside it's fruits and churros. So they give you a stick, and then whoever wants to just whacks at this chocolate ball until it breaks open, and all the fruits and churros and chocolate and whipped cream, all that just falls onto the tray, and then your table just eats. It's one of the coolest desserts I've ever seen. So Uncle Julio's, I know they got one in Schaumburg. It's the closest probably to us, Woodfield, but that was pretty cool experience. And then we did the Children's Museum. So yeah, we had a great weekend. Got home Sunday night, left Friday afternoon. It was a nice little mini getaway, something that's within an hour and a half drive. It's so close to home, so close to like we talked about a few weeks ago. This area that we live in is so close to so many things. It's a great spot to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. And I had one more note. I did brunch for the first time in a very long time on Sunday.
I love it.
We went to Fresca at the Gardens in the Anderson Japanese Garden, and unbelievable breakfast. Eggs. They do a homemade sausage patty. It's like a chorizo sausage. Apple smoked bacon. Got pancakes. We're freaking amazing. I'm still dreaming about the pancakes. That's how good they were. And
yeah, Michelle does a
mimosas.
really good job over there.
It's good stuff. So I think we'll be heading back there again soon. So
here's a picture. I'll just show you. I pulled it up. That's that's one of their Bloody Marys.
Okay.
It's literally a meal, and then they have one also that literally has a half chicken.
Okay,
It's
I don't know if I
insane.
want the chicken, but I would definitely do one of these.
They have like a menu of Bloody Marys, and then you get to pick kind of what you want. One of them has an actual Corona sticking upside down into the top. It's pretty amazing. That's what they're known for. Their best burgers and then the best Bloody Marys and you'll ever have. But anyways, back to
John, did Fresca
Yes.
have any like drink specials for like brunch? Do they have like a mimosa thing or a Bloody Mary thing?
So they do mimosas were like $10. They had some custom drinks. Venice had a sangria that they did, which was really good. I even tried. It was with fresh strawberries, just really amazing. But they do for $65. It's an 85-ounce mimosa tower.
Wow.
So, a mimosa is what, like 8 ounces, 6 or 8 ounce glasses of mimosa. So you could do any flavor. And for $65, you get like 85 ounces of this stuff. So it's like, 4 people sitting at a table, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like for just me and Venice, she doesn't really like mimosas because she doesn't like champagne. So, I don't mind champagne. So I wouldn't do that myself. I would just do 1 or 2. But when you're paying $10 a piece and you get 10 of them out of that thing for that price, I would definitely get maybe 2 of those towers with a group of people when you're having breakfast. And so definitely some good stuff.
Wow. Okay, and I got it. Hermann, Missouri. HERMANN, Missouri. I did a little Google search, and I believe it's a German town.
All right.
And it's all like old school like buildings. Like it's right there on looks like a river. I'm not sure what river it is, but like here, this is what the pictures on Google show. Just like
it looks like Rockton.
yeah,
It
looks
does.
like Rockton.
Like an old-fashioned town.
an old-fashioned Germantown, and this isn't the first time I've heard of him saying and raving about Herman, Missouri. So that's that.
Nice.
But this weekend, I would love to report we went to Festa.
Yeah, how was Festa? I saw lots of pictures. It was hot, I heard.
We only made it one day. Unfortunately, we were trying to go all 3 days. We went Friday. A good buddy of mine, Matt Weber, was in the dunk tank for the Junior Titans football program. So we made sure to get there for him to dunk him. Obviously, because we're good friends, so that was always fun. It was a good time, man. Everything, the prices were a little steep. I thought, but
Well, it's a festival. They're always like that.
yeah. So it was about 12 tickets for every ride. Every ride was the same price. It was 12 tickets. Each ticket were 50 cents. So it was $6 to ride the ride or whatever. But my kids are still little enough. He's about 7.5 and 2. So he rode the boat with my mother-in-law and my wife. And then he wanted to do like the little like circus maze ride, right? So he wasn't too into the rides, which is fine. And then Minimal played Friday night, which was good. I always like listening to them. They're a pretty good band.
Yep.
They had a huge bocce tournament.
Is it Bocce or Bocce?
Yeah, did we determine that yet?
Trust me, when you're standing next to the bocce courts and you have all these Italian men, bocce, 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 right?
But that's in Italian. What is it in English?
They had a cool thing, and we usually get it every year, and I kind of forget. The pasta tent, right? It's like 16 tickets, and you get to pick between like 4 different noodles, a slew of like ingredients to put into it, and like your sauce, whatever sauce you want. And they just in the tent whip it up for you. And it's always a delight to have one of those. So it was good. It was a good time. We're gonna go Saturday, but then it was just too hot. And when you're out in that field at Boyland with kids and that sun beating down,
Right.
yeah, it just we decided to swim instead. So we swam for most of the better part of the day / night, and that was it. And then obviously Sunday and Monday we had like typhoons coming through, and so it was canceled all of Sunday.
Yeah.
The whole thing was flooded out. The bocce tournament got moved over to the Venetian, which is an Italian social club here in town.
But they have a beautiful court there too. It's all covered. It's indoors.
It's all covered. I think they have like 3 or 4 courts back there.
There's three in a row underneath the cover. We've done realtor events there where we had tournaments of all the realtors in town.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, but I can tell you what, Sunday morning, obviously about 2:00, a lightning bolt hit right behind my neighbor's house, which is like across the street, hit right behind his house. And if you have been that close to a lightning bolt that has hit, it is crazy. My entire house woke up like my house was vibrating, my dog was barking, my father-in-law was still up at 2:00 for some reason, and he said it was just like 1,000 photographers taking, a picture with their flash at the same time. He goes, you saw a flash, and all of a sudden, and it was, dude, it rocked the house pretty good. So, yeah, man, that was my my weekend. It was fun, a lot of family time. We're in between sports, so John gets it. When you're in between sports, it's kind of nice. You get like a month or so break, and so it's just nice. It's nice to have a lot of family time. So,
Well, that storm was really bad too. We had torrential flooding again all throughout parts of Rockford, and lightning hit St. James Church as well and lit it on fire. And
Monday,
there's a big Monday morning, and there's a big hole in the roof now from the fire.
That's
one of the-
St. James is like the oldest church.
It is the oldest church in Rockford.
As
Yeah.
much as I I don't know if they're going to I mean, that was millions and millions of dollars worth of damage.
Yeah.
It's tough, but well, the congregation will get together for that church and they'll figure a way
And
out.
they
You know what I
obviously
mean?
they have insurance for a reason. So
Hmm.
you know they might be displaced for the next year or
Covered
so,
by Cooper.
Right.
but covered by Cooper.
Shameless
Actually,
plug.
it's funny you say that though. I have a church that I've been trying to place for business, and it's tough. I mean, churches are a tough market, and there's a company called Church Mutual that just kind of, I mean, it's in the name, man. They they eat it up. The problem is, I don't want to say it. The liability of older people and younger people are what steer companies away.
Well, yeah, churches usually have a lot of stairs and an older congregation who, if they take a slip, they could get hurt severely or possibly even pass away. So yeah, I get it. The liability is crazy. And then
Yeah.
same when you're bringing small children running around pulling on statues and stuff. I know you don't want to say it, but it's the truth. It's what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yep,
but we can't.
yep.
But all our churches can't be intense in the middle of a field like they were 100 years ago. So,
Read between the lines. So yeah, so it's just
Yeah.
it's a tough market to get into. So that's that. But
So what we got coming up?
plans this weekend? I mean,
The-
I'm going to Kansas City, which is like the Mecca barbecue capital of the United States. Which
Yes.
they just came out with. My mother-in-law was sharing with me. There's an article. I'm not sure what it was, but Kansas City was rated the #1 destination spot in the United States to go to.
Interesting.
which Kansas City though? Missouri side or
Missouri
Kansas side?
The Missouri side.
I'm just asking.
So I'm saying we're gonna go hit up a bunch of barbecue spots. And I know George is like the barbecue man of Rockford. We should just staple it as Barbecue George. Um,
So
and John's
Spe-
barbecue's right behind him, so I know he likes to barbecue a lot.
the best barbecue spot in Rockford to this day, hands down, is Little Nick's. Little Nick's barbecue off of Auburn in Rockford. Nothing can touch it right now, in my opinion. However, I did try Lil Frank's up in, I want to say they're up in Beloit. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn close. But Lil Nick's is, I mean, he won championships worldwide. So he went to the Memphis in May, which is a huge competition, and they took home second in whole hog, and I think first in something, where he's got like the best barbecue in the world.
I will admit, Little Nick's is really good, but one of my favorite places, and it's a very short window to go eat at the big picnic tables out there, is on Highway 20 between Rockford and Belvedere. Smoking Coop.
Smoking
Yeah.
Goose is good.
Smoking Coop. You smell that barbecue for miles on a nice clear day. You pull in, it's cash only. They don't take any debit cards, nothing. So we showed up there once when I had my remodeling company. I'm like, I'm gonna buy everybody barbecue, and I had no cash. It was like, had to drive into town, hit an ATM, come back, but just
That's
phenomenal
funny.
food. So
I love
For you,
barbecue.
though, for
I love
Kansas
barbecue.
City,
I love
yeah,
Kansas City.
for Kansas City, you gotta go to Jack Stack.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Jack Stack.
Jack Stack
What makes
barbecue.
them so special, George?
I mean, I've tried so many different barbecue places. They're different. So I did a trip last year down to Texas. Literally, we flew into Dallas, went to barbecue, and then flew home the next day. The purpose of the trip was to go down to have some of their barbecue. That to me is the most traditional, best way to do barbecue, is what they had there, where you walk in and they've got basically meat laid out, and you pick what you want, how many you want of each, and then they get it for you. You put it on a plate, take the plate over, they weigh it, and you pay by the pound. And then you get sides, drinks, whatever you want. That's separate a la carte. But the barbecue itself, you pick like what type of meat you're interested. You want the rib. They have all these different things. They've all laid out for you, and then they just pile it on and weigh it.
Have
That is
you ever had a beef rib?
Yes.
beef rib. Yes.
A beef rib. No, like a big like a
Yeah.
big,
Like beef ribs, yeah.
Yeah, they've got those at Jack Stack. So Jack Stack, what I like about them, they're more of a traditional like restaurant, not necessarily like this place where you walk in and you're basically when you walk in, you're standing in this line almost like at a grocery store, getting your barbecue, you go sit down and eat it, and they've got tables and drink stations all over the restaurant. Where this one's more you sit down, you got a waiter comes out, order. They do the plates, and that's what I like about Jack Stack is I get the plate where you get a little bit of everything, some ribs, some beef rib if you want. They kind of like make your plate, and then they bring it to you with cornbread, and it's so good. Jack
So
Stack to me is my favorite in Kansas City.
I just looked up Jack Stack, all right, because I wanted to see, and they got some beautiful pictures there of meat online. But if you go to ship.jackstackbarbecue.com, you can have them send you the barbecue.
Yep.
They
Mhm.
mail it. They mail it all over the country. I'm looking at that right now, and with summer code 20, with code summer 22, you get for a 95 order, you get at least 10% more in barbecue for free. So they got a
Yeah.
deal going on right now, guys. So if you
Sweet.
like it, ship some back to us. Let's go.
Yeah,
So-
Jack Stacks is more of a commercialized, like it's a bigger named restaurant in town. So
Yep.
I was there last time I came to town. So this time I think we're gonna hit more of the smaller mom pop barbecue spots.
Sure.
And see if I can't find, obviously you guys know as well I know is the little hole in the walls around towns sometimes have the best food. So that's what I think I'm looking for this time. Is more of a hole in the wall barbecue spot that is just unbelievable. So I'll report back.
So what's your
Uh,
favorite barbecue of all of it? What type of barbecue is your favorite?
Ooh, see,
Mine's easy.
I love brisket,
Okay.
but what I think the most underrated part of like the platter you get is the smoked spicy sausage.
Smoked spicy sausage. All right.
Like the sausage links. You know how you get the
Yeah.
big sausage links. There's nothing better than barbecue, right? All has sauce or seasonings on it, and they're all roughly the same kind of rubs, right? Except for that sausage. It's nothing better than like eating a bunch of barbecue and then you get one bite, you take one little chunk of that spicy sausage, and there's nothing better.
And you, John?
Well, I like a combination always. When I'm doing barbecue, I love, you know, brisket and bourbon go great together. You know what I mean? I just have to say, but I like to have like a lot on my plate. I want that. I want the spicy sausage. I want a little brisket. I want some pulled pork. I like different types of sauces. You know, I like a sweet sauce. I know a lot of people they love like that Sweet Baby Ray's. I don't unless it's buffalo wing sauce. Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo sauce is my favorite. But when it comes to barbecue, I like that Georgia mustard they got over at like Famous Dave's. I like that, and I like their sweet and sassy sauce or whatever they call it. From that seems to be my go-to. So when I'm making ribs at home, and we boil our ribs, then we throw them on the grill, and I'm lathering them in the Famous Dave sauce. That's kind of what I like on there at home.
Just let me know when you're doing it next time. I'll be there.
So
No problem.
John, do you guys shop at Aldi's?
Yes,
Okay. There's
Aldi has the best price on ribs always.
So there's a sauce that they carry, and it's in a yellow, it's a clear container, and it has a yellow sticker on it, and it just says like wing sauce on it, right? But it's like a barbecue. Incredible, absolutely incredible. It's very sweet. Highly recommend trying it. I'll take a picture of it tonight at my house or today and send it to you. Kelsey just marinated some like chicken tenders, like grilled chicken tenders in it the other day, and pan fried it in the sauce and then put cheese over top. And I couldn't stop eating it. It was so good, but it was a sauce.
Gotcha.
But are you guys
my-
a sauce on your meat, or are you guys like a sauce on the side?
I like to
I want it on.
I like to put sauce on it, but then I like to have sauce on the side as well because I like a lot of sauce. you know,
I'm
but
good
like,
with
and I'm the guy though that I take my ribs and I know like I want the ones where I pick up that rib bone and all the meat falls off. I want to
You
just
just
like
stole my
mix.
thunder. You never let me answer what my favorite barbecue was. Jeez, jeez. I guess George doesn't matter in this conversation.
Oh no.
Ribs,
Rib.
1000% ribs. I am a rib guy. If there's a barbecue place, the first thing I will do is try the ribs. And if it doesn't fall off the bone, like John just described, that's what's hit or miss. Like I hate going to a place. They sell you on the ribs and you're all excited and they come and you gotta like pry it off the bone and it's like I could have made this myself. This is terrible.
So
But
are you
when
a
you
baby
find a
back rib
place,
or a spare rib?
baby back ribs, and when they fall off the bone is my favorite. And the most recent experience I had of that was in Lake Geneva at Popeyes. They make it on the grill right there, and I ordered a half slab because I wasn't sure. That was amazing. Like I barely had to touch it, and the bone would just pop out. It was amazing. Those are my favorite. That's my favorite barbecue, hands down.
Ribs.
Ribs. So we're coming on. Today's Friday the 12th. So we're 3 days out of big day here in town.
Yeah. 815 day, Rockford Day.
815 day, Rockford Day. So that is really the highlight of what's happening. And what is that? Monday?
Monday.
That is Monday is 815 day, and
I'm lucky because 815 day every year is also my wife's birthday. So I get the double whammy of celebrating Rockford and my wife's birthday.
I got you, George.
Oh, you got me. All right.
I got you. Guys, I have a list of some pretty good things, but one of them, I know you'll make your wife happy on this one. Ready? Village Green. There's one on Riverside. There's one on the west side on North Main. Half off plants.
on Monday.
There you go.
On Monday.
There we
Okay.
go.
I'm not
All right.
I'm not gonna let my wife listen to this podcast until after 815 day. I have enough plants in my backyard. I don't need more.
Half off plants, and then right, if you want to take her to brunch, right, at Anderson Gardens, and then enjoy the gardens. Anderson Gardens is offering admission for $8.15
On Sunday. Or on 815 day.
815 day. I think they might be running. Don't quote me, but I think they said they might be running all weekend.
All right.
And then while we're on it, George, if you want get her another gift for the winter time, Quilters Haven is giving 15% off
On 815 day.
on 815 day. And then to go along with that, because the winter time, people like to work out because they're not outside. Right now, you can join the YMCA on 815 day for $8.15.
There you go. So there's a lot of promos coming for Monday.
I'm on a roll here.
Big weekend for getting some shop local.
Yeah,
Lots of good
on
deals.
the food side of stuff, Gazelle's Restaurant, Guzel, is offering shawarma wraps and fries for $8.15, offering shawarma quesadillas for $8.15, and my favorite, falafel wraps and fries, $8.15.
There you go. There you go.
So there's a lot of stuff, that George can do with his wife on 815 day for $8.15. He could probably hit all of them and still be under $100.
There you go. Perfect.
And for a
That's
full
music-
list of
music
what's
to-
going on in the Rockford area for 815 day, you could go to gorockford.com. And
There you
there's
go.
a ton more information there. So but seriously, where are you taking your lovely wife for her birthday?
I don't know yet. Haven't decided. Have not decided. It's really I never pick your favorite restaurant. Majority of the time it's B-dubs. She loves B-dubs, but sometimes it's JMK. Maybe I Love Sushi. I don't know. I kind of leave it up to her.
I do think John's new spot that we went to, 8th Ward Pub, on Monday is having a vodka tasting. So maybe you could go get her some vodka tasting in the afternoon, just you and her or something.
Yeah, perhaps. Monday's gonna be a fun day. Fun
So,
day Monday.
and with 815 day comes back to school.
Yeah.
Oh, I think my daughter goes back to school on the 16th or the 17th to Hananiga. They start back up again.
Yeah,
And I'm
ours
just
does
like,
too.
I'm just freaking out that the summer's over once they go back to school. But I'm not ready for it. I saw people online are already decorating for fall. I'm like, back up with your pumpkin spice. I'm not doing my margarita yet, But
Yeah,
I
my
don't
kids
know.
go back to
It's
school next week.
Well,
They
it,
start
it
up.
sucks because you go shopping, right? Me and my wife went to Target yesterday or whatever day it was, and they all have their like fall and winter clothes out already. I'm like, guy, I'm trying to get some new tank tops, right? Like, I'm still sweating.
it's hot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not good, but we have to. I'll tell you, I hate to say it, but like you go to like Target or Walmart or whatever like that, and there's not a lot of school supplies either. My daughter needed a whole bunch of stuff for school, and I hate to say it, we have that great distribution center right in Beloit from Amazon. Ordered it on there, had it the next day, and at a fraction of the price. At a fraction of the price it was at Walmart or Target. But it's
You're not
same
kidding.
Yeah.
school.
My wife did the same thing, except for now there are some schools like where my kid goes, where you can order the box of supplies through them
Right?
for like $70, and it's already at the school when you start school. It's just there.
I don't know why more school like why more PTOs don't do that. Like the parent teacher organization should get a deal with like Amazon or something where all the supplies going to cost $50. We're going to charge 70 for it for the convenience. It's going to go through the school, and that's going to be a fundraiser for the school because we
I
know
do.
the schools are always shortchanged when it comes to supplies. George, your wife's a teacher. I mean, how many supplies does she supply her kids? Because
All the
kids show
time.
up and they can't get it or they can't afford it, or she's in the
Yep.
public school system here. So I mean, it's not easy. And the one thing kids need is a safe environment to learn. So I mean, then they should be raising money that way, and every person in town would support that over going to the box store to buy their stuff if they knew it was going back 100% to the kids.
I
Yep.
would be intrigued if we ran a poll of everyone that listens. If the school offered all the school supplies, let's just say $70, right? Everything you need for the whole year. Would you do it or would you go buy your own?
Well, Josh, I want you to put that poll up on Repping the State Line on Facebook today,
I can do
and
that.
hopefully we'll have some results by next week from when we
I
record.
did see though. I don't know if you guys saw this. Harlem School District, the free breakfast lunch program ran out, and somebody on the school board, I think, not sure who it was, just saw it on Facebook. They did a campaign, and got it for another 4 years. So everyone in the Harlem School District gets free breakfast and lunch,
Nice.
which I think is pretty cool.
Well,
Cool.
for some kids in our community, that's the only healthy meals they eat each day is the breakfast and lunch they get at school.
Well, that's why the Rockford Public Schools even do it in the summertime.
Yep.
You can go get breakfast and lunch because, like, I think we talked about, I don't know if it was last week or the week for that, or actually I was probably talking to it in my Sheila Doyle Foundation meeting. Is they're like, do we need this much food? And I said, yes, because I hate to say it, but these kids don't get that. It might be the only time they get to eat a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. So if that's what it means, just buying I'm going to. I don't care.
Right.
Whatever a kid wants or deserves, I mean, they should get it.
Yep.
And like you said, this is the best meal they get, breakfast and lunch. So
Yep. So we got 815 day next week. You're going to Kansas City. You're going to report back on all the best barbecue spots. So next time I go to Kansas City, I can go. And John is going to hit up a winery or two, I'm sure, this weekend. So that
Possibly.
being said, I'm excited for next week. We're gonna have a pretty fun episode. See what everybody did on 815 day, how your trip was. John, you want to give us do your podcasty things?
Yes. So, guys, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages, if you are following us and listening to us on one of the podcast platforms, whether it be Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or even Buzzsprout, or anywhere you find podcasts, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you're on YouTube watching this video, do the YouTubey things. Like, subscribe, share, write us a comment. Let us know what you think. I did post the other day 200 downloads, guys. It's a big deal for us. We've had 200 downloads now off of Buzzsprout for our podcast. So congratulations. We can't do this without you people in the State Line area following us. And we also, gentlemen, have some plan to do for our next sitting and sipping event. So with that, I bid you all adieu. I don't think I have anything else for the group.
No, and but next week, let's make it a goal that next week we can announce what our next sip and sipping is.
Well, George, I will be spending the afternoon with you today. So
Yep, we can discuss
we'll
it.
discuss it then.
Sounds like a plan.
And
All
Josh,
right, y'all.
safe travels.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day, everyone.
See you next week.